Hello, beautiful souls! I am excited to do this video because this is going to be my first tarot reading video in this channel. So this will definitely have a special place in my heart. But in case you're new here, hi, I'm Harley. I'm a Filipina, astrologer, and tarot reader. And I've been reading tarot for other people for going on 4 years now. And in this small community, in this YouTube channel, we talk about everything astrology, tarot, and spirituality. So if that's something that you're interested in, or you want to watch, or see, or hear, maybe try thinking about subscribing in my channel and hit the notification button in case you want to be updated on every new uploads. But enough of that, let's jump right into the tarot reading video. Hello again, beautiful souls. So if this is your first time doing this, I'll just quickly explain how this works. Tarot reading is a form of divination that focuses on your current energy, meaning whatever it is that you're thinking, feeling, or where you are at life right now, that is what I'm going to see. So, since this is going to be for your next 6 months, whatever general message you may hear in this reading is based on what you are attracting right now. Only use this as your guide and do not be trapped by the messages I'll be saying. Only take what resonates. This is also a timeless reading, meaning it does not matter when you are watching this, whether as soon as I uploaded or next year. The next 6 months here is from the time that you're watching this video and then 6 months right after that. I just want to apologize because there's very heavy rain ongoing right now and there are some constructions as well sa tabing bahay namin. So I'm sorry if it's a little bit loud, but I hope you guys can hear me clearly. Anyway, now let's go to the 4 spreads we have here. So we have group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. Now, what you need to do is to choose one or more than one. If meron din ibang nag-resonate sa inyo, that's totally okay. It can be based on the crystals. So I'm gonna show this to you guys later. Or check the timestamps. Baka meron kayong favorite number na nasa timestamps. Or my personal advice is to try to meditate or close your eyes for a bit. And when you open them, see which pile you are attracted to without necessarily thinking too much about it. To help you guys with choosing crystals or the cards or whatever group you want to choose, I'll show you guys the crystals up close lang before I'll give you time to choose whatever you want to choose. For group 1, we have here Amethyst. Just focus that. Ayan. So, amethyst is a calming crystal. It is often used if you are feeling overwhelmed or if you want to check your intuition too. It's totally okay to use this crystal. It is also good if you work on the creative industry. So this is how the amethyst looks like. For our group 2, we have here yellow calcite. Yellow calcite naman, I mean, look at that rich golden yellow. It's not really seen right now kasi medyo madilim, but this is super beautiful. Anyway, this crystal helps on energizing your body and soul, and it also promotes optimism. A lot of yellow crystals like yellow calcite promotes optimism. It's also good to have if you want to boost your confidence. So this is yellow calcite for group 2. For group 3, we have here Labradorite. Look at that iridescent. Super cute. So this crystal is good for your intuition or leveling up your psychic abilities. So if you're like me who have some psychic practices, pwede nyo itong gamitin. Aside from the fact that it's also really beautiful, it also protects you from psychic attacks and it helps you connecting to your higher self. So this is Labradorite for group 3. For our last group, we have here Azurite Malachite. So this is how it looks like. Super bummer lang na ang dilim because this crystal is really beautiful. This is a combination of two crystals, which is Azurite and Malachite, kaya siya Azurite Malachite. The green part is Malachite and then the blue part is Azurite. This is a very powerful manifestation stone since it is a combination of Azurite and Malachite properties. It also aids on healing, on encouragement, and also for creativity because of Azurite. So this is group 4, Azurite Malachite. So I'll give you guys time to choose which pile you are drawn to. Again, you can choose one or you can choose two, you can choose more, whatever you want. But whatever you choose, check the descriptions and click the timestamp of the group that you will choose. I'll give you 30 seconds to see which pile resonates with you. Hello, Group 1. So, if you chose this file, this is going to be what's in store for you. What is the message for you for the upcoming next 6 months from the time that you're watching this video? So, I'm excited. I already pre shuffled the cards, and this is going to cover generally all of the aspects of your life. Depende to sa kung anong lalabas. There may be some aspects there related to love, related to finances, or maybe personal development. Personal development is going to be really big in this kind of messages. So that's something that you can expect. So first, I will show you your oracle cards, and then I'm going to check the tarot cards that we got. So if you're not familiar, these are oracle cards. Oracle cards technically show the overall theme or message for you. And we have here our blessing card for the next 6 months. We have the card Trust. Ayan, pakita ko lang sa inyo. So this is such a beautiful card to have as your starting card. The way that I see this is actually your theme or parang pinaka-biggest advice that you have or is being given to you for the next 6 months. Trust. Trust yourself. Trust the process. Trust your guides. Trust your plans. Just trust. I have a feeling that you guys are often very protective of your own energy. So if medyo nagdadalawang isip pa kayo if this is the card or the pile for you, if you have some certain trust issues or you're the type of person na kailangan ng maraming days or usapan bago ka maging close sa isang tao, or if you have problems of really jumping into certain plans that you have kasi you have trust issues to yourself as well, this is probably the group for you. Now, I have a feeling too that there are a lot of you guys that are Gemini, so that will be Gemini rising, moon, or sun. You don't have to be, hindi naman porke hindi ka Gemini, this is not the group for you. But if not, this can also mean that your Gemini placements may be currently activated right now, especially since Jupiter, the planet of abundance, growth, luck, and wisdom, is in the sign of Gemini. Now, we have here two oracle cards to guide you as well for the next 6 months. So, aside from trusting yourself, we have the castle card. So, the castle often indicates a very protective, yet a little bit of pleasurable type of energy. So, the way that I'm seeing this, the next 6 months is a type of like building your own confidence or trusting yourself months for you. So what I mean here is my possibility that there will be challenges that will be presented to you by the universe wherein kailangan mong i-challenge yung sarili mo and go out there or like try to experience new things. Again, trust in the process of things. I have a feeling too that you guys are the type of people na hindi kayo masyadong nag-invest. I don't know if that's the right term, but nag-invest on certain experiences, and often than not, the things that you invest for yourself, you keep it to yourself because you're afraid, let's just say, that there will be people taking away your blessing. So maybe you're the type of person that you're really vigilant of evil eye or negative intentions of other people. So maybe you're the type of person. Now, together with that, I have a feeling too that for the next 6 months, there is a lot of blessings coming to you. I mean, look at the castle card. The castle itself is hindi siya biro. The castles, I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with castles. Castles are really luxurious. They're big. They're like mansions. And noong unang panahon, castles are also surrounded by employees or like servants for the royals or the influential people that live in the castle. So I have a feeling that for the next 6 months, there's going to be a lot of blessings or resources that will be given to you, particularly in the matters of home or like stability that you have, be it for business, for home, for your finances. So maybe there are some people here who want to like do something or buy something related to pera or investments, for example. And that's something that I'm seeing as a blessing for you for the next 6 months. Now, another one is we have the lover card. So you guys are the group wherein love is definitely coming for the next 6 months for you. So this is really beautiful. I think though that for you to be able to go and really manifest and have this lover energy for you for the next 6 months, you have to first have these two energies. You have to trust yourself, the process, and open yourself as well to trust other people. And then together with that, invest on yourself. Because at the end of the day, there is no attraction, or let's just say people are attracted to other people who really put effort sa sarili nila. So you won't be able to attract a lover or a partner, for example, or a potential, let's just say, fling if you don't necessarily show to other people that you are investing on yourself and you have also built a very beautiful castle or barrier kasi nung unang panahon castles are used of as like safe places especially for royalties. So kailangan mo munang gawin yon. Another one that I'm feeling as well, I'm really fixated in this rose in the castle card. I think beauty is being given to you for the next 6 months. This doesn't have to be that you are a girl or a woman, all right? Beauty comes in all places, beauty comes in all gender, beauty comes in all events. So I think beauty is going to be given to you. So to women, for example, or even men, again, or whatever gender you are, gays, lesbians, we love everyone here. I have a feeling na merong glow up, merong improvement of your physical self. So that's something that you are investing to. Because sometimes, you need that to be able to really attract a lover or have confidence within yourself. And that's something that I think is coming to you for the next 6 months. Now let's go to the details of your next 6 months. I'm just gonna get the tarot cards and spread it here. All right, so we have our 5 tarot cards here. Let me just put them malapit sa isa't isa para kita ninyo. Ayan. So, we have here first of all, Page of Pentacles, which is super much aligned dito sa investment na to. By the way, these are pre-shuffled cards already because ayoko nang sayangin yung oras na mag-shuffle pa in front of you guys. So, this is already free shuffled, but it doesn't necessarily mean that this is scripted. All right, I shuffled this before I filmed. But going back, we have the Page of Pentacles. So the Pentacles represents everything material for us. Pentacles is money, finances. This is your career, your job. And I have a feeling, at tulad ng sabi ko sa inyo kanina, there's a lot of investments on yourselves. However, no, Pentacles energy is a little bit of a slow moving energy. The Pentacles represents Earth, and Earth is technically immovable, or if it moves, hindi natin napapansin, hindi natin alam na nag-move na pala yung continents, for example, by 1 millimeter, for example. So, it means that there's a lot of investments that you're going to see or a lot of compliments that you will receive. However, it will take time for you to really see the fruits of your labor or the fruits of your investment or really see the improvement that you do to yourself. As I mentioned then kanina, I have a feeling that beauty will come, and beauty is not necessarily free. Well, technically it is. We are surrounded by beauty, pero pagdating sa sarili natin, we have to invest in ourselves, kumbaga. And that's something that I'm seeing here. Another one too is a blessing that I'm seeing for the next 6 months is you will have a certain document or an agreement that you will have related to material matters. So maybe you're buying a house, buying a car, leasing a new apartment, or opening a new business, for example, or a franchise. So that's one thing that I'm seeing for the next 6 months. So if that's something that you wanted to hear or like a sign that na gusto mong marinig na, you know what, I want to invest in something, this is it. This is one of your blessings. Now we have the Knight of Wands too, and the Knight of Wands, it can represent two things. Number one, it can represent a person, or it can represent you. So I have a feeling na ito yung lover. You know what? If you guys haven't manifested the love of your life yet, this is like a guide that's being given to you by the universe on what type of man you need to attract or what type of lover. Let's just say, if you're a man or another spectrum of the gender, I think kailangan mong ito yung makasama mo. Let's just say. Now, the Knight of Wands energy is fire sign energy. It doesn't mean naman na kailangan you should attract a fire sign, but fire signs, for your information, is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So maybe you guys have that common placement with one another, or maybe that is the placement of the person that you need to attract for yourself. But if not that, again, it doesn't have to be naman na they're fire signs. This can represent the energy of the person that you need to attract, which is with the wands, very passionate, very actionable. They love moving. Hindi sila mapakali. Let's just say they're very spontaneous. Maybe you need that in your life. Lalo na, again, you have certain trust issues, or you tend to isolate yourself or protect yourself too much. Maybe you need to open up yourself to another person. So this is something that you're attracting for the next 6 months kasi. This is what is in store for you. So make sure that you are aligned with that, or you open up yourself to that kind of energy, because I think you really need that with your life or in your life. Kasi whenever we want to try something, paminsan it is the right environment or the right people that will really push us on doing that. Maybe this is the time wherein you need to open up yourself to meet this person, so that maybe baka maging potentially business partner mo siya as well. Like, that's something that is also possible that will come to you for the next 6 months. Now, our third energy here is we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. Now, for everyone's information, when the Seven of Cups is upright, this is our illusion card. As you can see, all of the cups here have different things inside them, to the point na hindi mo alam kung ano yung makukuha mo, whether it's positive or negative. But we have this in reverse for you guys. So what's in store for you for the next 6 months? I have a feeling that this is, again, something related to what you can trust, or what is like the illusion that you bring into your life. Again, with the trust card here, maybe there's a possibility of really seeing sa'yo, or like the blessing for you is the truth. Maybe for the longest time, there are people lying to you, or maybe people betraying you. And I think for the next 6 months, there's going to be like a fruit related to that, wherein your protection to yourself is not going to be in vain, wherein you will definitely identify whether people are coming to your life for a positive thing or a negative thing. So it also shows that you are becoming better at really seeing the illusions of people, or yung intention nila towards sa'yo, even before you get closer to them. So that's definitely a blessing, because here's the thing, it's not easy to be intuitive and identify what the other people's intentions are, or what's the reason why people come to you, or why are people attracted to you, or why you attract them. And I think that's one of the blessings that you're definitely seeing here, not just in overall relationship that you have, pero particularly the most important thing here is the lover's card. So I have a feeling that with regards to the love that you are attracting for the next 6 months, this also shows that you're becoming better, or you're becoming vigilant, or you're becoming just really observant in what type of people you are attracting. So maybe there's a possibility, no, na hindi lang isa or hindi lang dalawa yung ma-attract mo lover. Maybe there are choices that you have to do, and you are making the right choice. You are better at making the right choice. So that's definitely a blessing that I'm seeing. Now, our fourth card is we have the Ace of Wands. And I have a feeling that this is related overall to your well-being. There is definitely a lot of things that you're starting for the next 6 months. And I don't think that this is just material things, ha. This is not just starting a business. This is not just starting a new job. Because again, ang daming nagsisimula sa'yo. I think this is also related to your self-improvement. So maybe you're starting like doing yoga, or going to the gym, or like a new diet, or like a new lifestyle that really is aligned to this vision that you want to have for yourself, or aligned to this trusting process that you want to have for yourself. So there's definitely a lot of excitement in store for you for the next 6 months. But again, the key here is kailangan mong i-open up yung sarili mo. You have to trust yourself that you can do it. Ooh, okay. One thing that I'm feeling here is this definitely has to do with a lot of traveling. Not overseas, because we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I have a feeling this is like locally. So if you are located in the Philippines, maybe you're like having out of town experiences, or like mga pupunta ng swimming. I don't know. So there's definitely a lot of movement, or It's like adrenaline junkie energy is what I'm feeling here. Like I'm suddenly getting excited, gusto kong tumalon. So maybe you're attracting that kind of activities as well. But then again, you have to open up yourself. You have to trust that you can do it. So maybe you're starting like biking, or again, you're starting going to the gym, or maybe you're starting even like I'm seeing bungee jumping. Super random, but I'm seeing that. Or maybe like diving is something that you will be interested in. So try and open up yourself on doing that. I think it's really going to be good for you. Oh, okay. One message that I'm hearing to some of you. Okay, hindi sa lahat. To some of you, you will actually meet the lover while doing these activities. And this makes sense because it's the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is really interested in new things and experiencing new things. That adrenaline energy is really apparent for the Knight of Wands. So maybe you'll meet like the lover that you're attracting during a diving expedition. I don't know, but that's something that's really strong for some of you. Oh, I'm also hearing a letter. I'm hearing a letter J, a letter G, and I'm also hearing the name Jeremy. It's super random. So I'm hearing a J and a G and a Jeremy. So I'm not sure if you guys are those people, or maybe you are going to meet a Jeremy or someone with the start of like letter ng pangalan nila is J or G. And then that's going to be your lover. That's definitely what I'm seeing. Now, the last card that we have here is we have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune, when this is upright, this is definitely a very, very great card. This talks about ending of a cycle. This talks about really having yung gulong ng buhay mo in the upright position, but we have this in reverse for you. This doesn't mean naman na you are unlucky for the next 6 months, all right? But this shows that there is a cycle that has not yet ended, or you need to end after the 6 month period. So again, this talks about new beginnings that you will start. Definitely going to be hard. I'm not gonna lie. When the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse, it reminds you that you are too stubborn. Ang tigas ng ulo mo, and you have to remove that stubbornness to be able to make things easier for yourself. So that's definitely one advice that I have for you guys here. Because again, you have to open up yourself to a lot of things, and definitely stubbornness is not going to help you in that area. So that's something that you should put within yourself. Maybe also you're a fixed sign, I don't know, or maybe the lover that you're meeting is a fixed sign. That's a Leo. Fire sign, fixed sign is Leo. But aside from that, I think this is like definitely the cycle that you have to end, or like the cycle that you have to close within whatever is happening to you for the next 6 months. As long as you begin something, at the next 6 months right after that, there's something that you also need to close. So let me get one last advice card for you guys, group one. So this can be related to your lover that you're meeting, or maybe overall in your life. But the way that I'm feeling this, there's definitely a lot of beautiful blessings coming to you guys. So just advice card for the next 6 months. Spirit, please, what does group one need to know? Last advice card, last advice card. Okay, I'm feeling this. Oh, we have the sun. All right, that's beautiful. The sun talks about celebrating. The sun talks about a start of something new. We have a baby here. All right, it represents a new life. So definitely take the next 6 months to be really celebratory. So I'm not saying na kailangan hindi ka na maka-feel ng kalungkutan, all right? Or you don't have the right to be sad or angry, but instead celebrate the small wins that you have. Celebration is going to be important for you. Celebration is really going to help you for the next 6 months. And I think this is also a matter of mindset. Like the advice for you is really have this mindset of you need to celebrate every single thing that you do, particularly again the investments that you will have for yourself, or the new relationships that you will have for yourself. So celebrate that, celebrate the possibilities of new beginnings, and also have this childlike optimistic energy. Again, feeling ko you guys are very, very serious people, and that's okay. It works a lot of time. However, for you guys to really attract these beautiful things for you for the next 6 months, you have to celebrate yourself, other people, your accomplishments, every single thing that you do. So keep that in mind. Anyway, that's all for now, group one. So I hope you guys will take all of these messages and apply it to yourself, so that for the next 6 months, you will receive all of these blessings. And this is what we have in store for you. See you next time, and I hope this guys helped you. Bye. Hello, group number two. So, if you chose a yellow calcite, this is going to be your message and your reading for what's in store for you for the next 6 months. So, we have here our oracle cards, and then later I'm going to pull all the tarot cards that I pre shuffled. But if you guys are not yet familiar, oracle cards represents the overall energy, like the themes of what you can expect for the next 6 months. So we have here a blessing card and two theme cards that we have. So I'm going to show you guys this first and explain it. So the first card that we have is we have Ask Your Angel. So this is the blessing card that we have. I know it doesn't look like a blessing, but this is actually a very powerful card. The first blessing that I'm seeing, or what's in store for you for the next 6 months, is that there's a lot of intuitive messages. There's a lot of awakenings. There's a lot of connection to your ancestors, to your guides, to your spirit guides, to your higher self, to your animal spirits, to your deities, whoever it is that you connect to, and even especially God and angels, you are definitely guided for the next 6 months. So that's the first really big blessing that I'm seeing. And I think this is going to play a big part on all of the blessings or what's really in store for you for the next 6 months. You have to remind yourself every time there's something good or bad, all right, that's happening in your life, you have to remind yourself that there is always a higher being that is guiding you. You're always heavily guided. You're always heavily protected, and it will guide you in every decision that you have because for the next 6 months, it is your decision making time. Right? We have here the judge card. So this is one of your biggest themes for the next 6 months. So the judge card is very straightforward, right? There's a judgment that you have to make, and that judge is going to be you. And I don't mean here that you're going to be a judgmental person for the next 6 months. No. What I mean here is maybe there's a conflict that you need to solve, or maybe there is like a decision that you have to make, or maybe there is something that you have to decide whether to do it or not, or maybe it's time for you to really be honest with yourself whether you need to keep a certain relationship or not. So, this is the time for you to be really honest with yourself and really go deep into your intuition and listen to your intuition. And whenever you are in doubt for the next 6 months, you guys remember, you have to ask your angels. And how do you do that? Kasi lang, baka merong iba sa inyo na hindi kayo familiar because I have a feeling that not a lot of you guys are very intuitive starting before you read this, okay, or before you hear this message. Feeling ko you guys are really stubborn with regards to what you believe. Now, I'm not saying na wala kayong faith. I'm not saying that you guys don't believe in anything, but I have a feeling that you guys are very practical people. Or maybe you guys are really just a little bit hesitant on like the things that you don't see, which is totally okay. I am too. Okay, I am too. But it doesn't mean as well that when we don't see it, it doesn't mean that it doesn't necessarily exist. So that's definitely something that is maybe like a big theme for you for the next 6 months. Now we also have the shaman, which is again another spiritual card. If you guys are not familiar with shamans, so we have shamans up until now, but definitely no unang panahon, they're really important people in our societies and our tribes, even here in the Philippines, right? We have babaylans, wherein they are the ones who connect us to different realms or like different realities or helping us connect with spirits that we don't see. So I'm seeing two possibilities here. For the next 6 months is either you guys are really activating your intuitive powers or spiritual powers. So maybe this is like a spiritual awakening for you. Or another one too that I'm feeling is maybe a person or like a shaman, right, quote unquote, will come to you and really help you do this thing, like to ask your angels. So I definitely relate to this because I have a feeling that you guys will be starting out as really practical people, like to see is to believe, and then eventually be really spiritual or really inclined with listening to your angels because that's how I started too. Like, the reason why I studied tarot and did tarot and astrology is because I want to understand what's the hype. Totoo ba talaga siya? And then now that I'm doing this, it's definitely something true. And I still have a hard time paminsan really believing what I hear, what I smell, what I feel, what I see, but definitely it's there. And I think it's also going to be the same for you. So that's definitely something of a big blessing that's coming for you for the next 6 months. It's like an awakening or like listening to your intuition. Now, let us spread the pre shuffled tarot cards here for us to really see the details of your 6 months. All right, there we go. So these are five tarot cards. So again, these are pre-shuffled. What it means is that even before I recorded the video, nag-shuffle na ako ng tarot cards, but it doesn't mean that this is scripted, right? It only means that tinabi ko na sila. And while I was shuffling it, I meditated and really asked like the spirits, the guides, whoever it is that is guiding me during the reading to really show us what the group two people need to hear. So this is definitely aligned, very aligned to what is happening here above. You know what I'm feeling? You guys may be, some of you, again, not all of you kasi general reading to. Some of you guys may belong to the third gender or like the LGBTQIA plus community, wherein you guys may be a little bit confused on whether to do something related to your identity. So one thing that I'm feeling here is maybe for some of you guys, the judgment card here is really asking yourself whether you want to continue with whatever journey you have right now on your gender, or if you want to explore something new. I have a feeling that maybe some of you guys may be deciding or trying to decide whether you guys need to transition or not. Or maybe you guys are trying to see whether you need to come out or not. You definitely don't have to, all right? But that's something that I have a feeling may be happening for you guys for the next 6 months. So that's very specific. Like, that's a very specific message, but that's something that I'm feeling for you guys. Like, really embracing, or you really judging yourself or judging the circumstances of whether it's something that you have to do or like something that has to happen for the next 6 months. Now, the first tarot card that we have the Six of Wands here. So let me just focus it here for you guys to see the card. So the Six of Wands, kapag upright siya, just for you guys to know, this is how it looks like. This is the victory card. So the reason why it's called the victory card is because, as you can see here, people are parading and celebrating for this person. And this person is riding on his high horse, right? And Wands often celebrates anything exciting, our passion, our purpose, or anything that makes us feel alive. But we guys have this in reverse for you as your first card, indicating that this is how you're starting for the next 6 months, right? Maybe you're feeling like you have fallen from grace. So maybe you achieved something or you have a certain height, tapos suddenly bigla kang nagdip. Or maybe there is like an energy that's coming from you wherein you're starting this journey feeling like you have disappointed yourself or you have disappointed other people. The thing here is, before you improve, or before you improve or really make plans for yourself, kailangan mo muna maging honest sa sarili mo. Are you satisfied or are you happy with where you are at life right now? And I think that's going to be the start for you for the next 6 months, wherein you really need to judge yourself and you really need to really dig deep wherever you're going, like given whatever things you're doing right now. Mukha bang papunta ka sa gusto mong puntahan, or are you just settling down, or just really seeing the stagnancy in your life and you don't want to do something about it? Whatever you decide on, you have to really look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, masaya ba ako? Is this really something that I really want to settle with? Or is this definitely different from the highs that I have experienced? And that's something that you need to remember for the next 6 months. That hindi porket naranasan mo na siya once, you don't only win once, right? You win multiple times. And you have to know as well that when you win once, there's definitely more opportunities for you to win more times. Kasi alam mo na how it goes. Alam mo na how it feels. So that's definitely something that you should try to remember for yourself, the feeling or what you did, for example, because it's going to play a very big part for you. Now, our second card here is we have the Queen of Wands. So this can represent you or another person. So again, with the Queen of Wands, this can be a mature woman. So this can be you, this can be another person. And as I mentioned kanina, the Wands represents the fun things. Passion, purpose, activities, movement. So that's what the Queen of Wands also represents. So maybe you're a fire sign. So that's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. But I'm definitely feeling that this is Venus. This talks about you really having that exciting values, but you don't necessarily take advantage of it. So maybe you're that kind of person. But one thing that I'm feeling too, whenever the Queen of Wands is upright, okay, explain ko muna upright. This is like a very down to earth person. Now, when you're down to earth, you're humble and you admit to yourself that, you know what? I am not the biggest person in this world. You know what? There's something bigger than me. There are energies around there that really definitely guiding me. I mean, look at the world. The world, our earth, the world that we live in is definitely designed by something greater than us. It's definitely designed by a grand designer, a great designer, because there's no other life on the solar system but us. So there is this essence of really knowing your place, kumbaga, and just really having the excitement of your role in that place. But we have this in reverse for you, indicating that right now it's either you're lost on what your purpose is, you're lost on what your role is, you're lost on the grand scheme of things. And the reason why you're lost is because, again, you are not sure where you are, whether you are happy with where you are. And also, there's a lack of trust. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean na wala kang belief eh. It's only just a matter of whether you want to admit that you're ready to give in or not. So, with the Queen of Wands here in reverse, I think that for the next 6 months, what's in store for you is again an awakening. Now, we also have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. I'm just gonna put like a slide on like the material things because again, I have a feeling that you guys are really practical. Maybe this is the reason why we have this card here. Right, but the Four of Pentacles, when this is upright, I call this the budgeting card. It shows us that there is this really rich person na naka-fur pa nga, di ba, ang social, but he is definitely protecting all the pentacles that he has as if kukuhain yun sa kanya. The pentacles represents the material things in the world. So this is money, career, finances. So all the things that we can touch and all the material things that we have. So when this is upright, this shows that you are definitely protective of whatever you have built. And you are really afraid that those resources are going to be taken away from you kaya tinitipid mo siya. But we have this in reverse for you, indicating that for the next 6 months, maybe there is an attainment of like a certain financial goal that you have. I don't want to say financial freedom kasi feeling ko hindi naman siya like super laki. Maybe you have like a goal in your money or your finances na you will achieve for the next 6 months, and then you realize that, oh, I can do something about this. Again, maybe for some of you, very specific, this can talk about transition or really starting a new journey related to your identity. To some, this can also talk about like really enjoying the fruits of your labor. Kasi maybe you guys before the 6 month period of this, you guys are very frugal. Baka ganun kayo. Like, you guys have this energy na kapag nakakuha kayo ng pera, ayaw niyong gastusin kasi natatakot kayo na mawawala siya. No, don't have that mindset. Okay? I know that life is hard. I know that it's not necessarily all apples and oranges all the time, but money is meant to be spent. Again, I'm not saying na kailangan mo maging magastos, okay? Just keep this balance and strictness with regards to your money, but it definitely doesn't mean that you should stop enjoying the fruits of your labor. So for the next 6 months, there's a calling for you to do activities that will remind you of who you are, or maybe like try and buy something to be able to learn about spirituality. So like buy a book. So that's something that's definitely going to happen for you for the next 6 months. Now, the last two cards here, I want to explain them together. We have the King of Cups and we have the Five of Wands here. Now, this talks about really fighting with yourself. Again, ang blessing mo dito, I know it doesn't sound like a blessing, but for the next 6 months, the blessing here is really amping up your intuition and really seeing your, or listening to your intuition and seeing a version of you wherein you are connecting to your guides, to your belief a little bit more than what you're used to. The King of Cups represents a mature man. Again, this can be another person or you. Maybe the shaman that will help you can be a mature man who has been doing this for a long time. So maybe this is like a spiritual person or like a spiritual figurehead that you will be inclined to ask questions, or maybe this can talk about like the head of your church that you will be talking to guide you on what you need to know or the blessings that you need to know for you as well to reach this emotional maturity, because the King of Cups is a very emotionally matured man. Okay, if you are a man, this talks about you, but it doesn't have to be na kailangan lalaki ka. All right, sometimes this can be like a woman who has a very innate masculine energy, or like a very strong masculine energy, especially in emotions. So the difference kasi is feminine is passive, masculine is aggressive. So this can mean that you are usually the type of person na kapag meron kang nararamdaman, you act upon it. So kapag masaya ka, tumatalon ka. Kapag galit ka, sumisigaw ka. For example, so there's that kind of thing that you may keep on doing. And for the next 6 months, it shows that you are emotionally maturing. And that is because you are seeing the greatness of judging yourself so that it can lead you to better things. And also, again, because you are connecting with your intuition, you are admitting to yourself that there are some things that I don't understand. And again, with the Five of Wands in reverse here, pag this is upright, this is the conflict card. Right? As you can see here, very straightforward with the visuals. We have five people nag-aaway-away using their wands. Okay? But we have this in reverse for you guys, indicating that for the next 6 months, there's a possibility of less anger. There's a possibility of less anger to yourself and to other people. Maybe you're the type of person na, again, you're very protective of your own. So, madalas kang makipag-away doesn't necessarily mean na like sapakan talaga ha. This can be verbal, or maybe you're very protective, so you try to always be defensive whenever something or someone says about something about you. No doubt. Whenever someone says something about you, so there's definitely a halt happening with regards to that, and you're trying to see like all the goodness that is happening for you without necessarily fighting other people, because again, you keep it within yourself. So that's for the next 6 months for you guys. I'm just going to shuffle one more card for you to like serve as an advice before I let you guys go, and this is your advice for the next 6 months. Oops, there we go. We have the Five of Cups. Ooh, okay. You really have to see all the things that you regret, because here's the thing. And I think this is an advice for you before you start the next 6 months. Okay, sit down with yourself and ask yourself, what did I regret not doing? Feeling ko you guys are the type of people that also doesn't necessarily jump off kapag meron silang gustong gawin. And sometimes when we are too calculative or again too judgmental of our own self or our own past, nasa-stuck tayo or napaparalyze tayo, and your guides don't want you to experience that. So the advice here is to really embrace the regrets that you have and really learn from those regrets. Like really admit to yourself na anong nangyari if I didn't do it? Like wala lang. Because as you can see here dito sa card, we have here the three cups spilled and then the two cups still here upright. And nakakalimutan ng tao to na meron pa tayo dito. So focus here on what's remaining, and that will help you mature in what you need to do and really connect with your intuition, because at the end of the day, you just do it. Do it. Embrace the cringe, right? And what you need to do, and just embrace yourself as well. But before you do that, you have to admit that there's something that you need to improve. And you have to admit that there are some regrets that you have in your life. So that's it, group two. I hope you guys learn from this, or I hope this helped you for the next 6 months. And I wish you all guys the best. Bye. Hello, group three. So if you chose a Labradorite, this is going to be the message for you on what's in store for you for the next 6 months. So first, I'm going to show you guys the Oracle cards, and then I'm going to show you guys the pre-shuffled tarot cards. So if you're not familiar with Oracle cards, if this is your first time seeing this, Oracle cards technically show us like the overall theme or the overall energy of what we can expect. So for you guys, these are like the overall themes for the next 6 months. And then we're going to show the details using the tarot cards. So what do we have here? So the first blessing card that we have, so these are our blessing cards and then our two theme cards. What is the blessing for you for the upcoming next 6 months? So we have here the forgiveness card. This is such a heavy card. I'm not gonna lie. All right, let me just focus it. Yan, para makita nyo. Right? This is a heavy card. It shows that for the next 6 months, there's something that you have to forgive, be it yourself or other people. I have actually a feeling that this is forgiveness of oneself. I don't think that this has to do with other people. Maybe it has to do with other people, pero the biggest person that you have to forgive for the next 6 months is yourself. I'm also hearing that maybe you have very important water placements, right? There's a lot of focus here of water elements. So maybe you guys are Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You don't have to be, but maybe you have certain activations on those placements, and this is definitely the card for you. I have a feeling too that for some of you guys, you may have kids or you're taking care of someone. So this can be a person or pets, for example. You definitely someone who has a lot of responsibilities. That's what I'm feeling. Now, for the next 6 months, you have to forgive yourself or forgive other people. I think this is going to be like a journey for you, more for yourself compared to like receiving physical blessings. So hindi ko alam if yun yung inabangan ninyo, right? But it's definitely working on yourself first. Now for our themes here, first we have the river card. right? And for the next 6 months, it's going to be a reflective period for you, right? It's your reflection era, definitely. The river talks about a certain place, or as you can see here, the ability of the water in the river to reflect. And we have here the horse representing our journey. So this is reflection of oneself and a reflection of the journey that we have been having before the 6 month period up ahead on us. So there's definitely an essence of isolation. I'm not gonna lie. Kasi paminsan, when we reflect on our journey, kailangan muna natin paminsan mapag-isa. Or kailangan natin gumawa ng mga bagay that are only really gonna help us instead of helping other people. I'm not saying that you will isolate yourself by choice, but it's more of you may try and really see what you can do for yourself first and reflect on yourself first before you reflect on other people. Now, the second theme that we have here, we have the shapeshifter card. So this also shows that, again, kaya feeling ko forgiveness of oneself to. I have a feeling that for the next 6 months, you will be really understanding yourself more. The shapeshifter is a very straightforward card. It talks about the ability of someone to shapeshift, to really transform from one creature to another or one person to another. This doesn't mean na plastic ka. Okay, this doesn't mean that you're not authentic. It means that you have the ability to be a wallflower. You have the ability to really compromise to other people to the point that you have been compromising all your life. You have been compromising a lot for the past few months. And for the next 6 months, it's really reflecting on yourself and understanding yourself and forgiving yourself of the fact that you have wasted a lot of your potential or you have used a lot of your energies for other people and now it's about time for you for the next 6 months to really focus on yourself. I'm also hearing a date. Ooh, okay. I'm not sure whether this is going to play for you for the next 6 months or if this is an important date for you, but I'm hearing February 16. Some of you guys, this may be your birthday or it may be a birthday of someone important or whenever you're watching this, okay, February 16 may be an important date for you. Another one that I'm feeling is for the next 6 months, you're making a trip related to water. Baka nga literal na reflection to eh. Maybe you're going to the beach or you're taking a dive, for example, and really try other things while you're reflecting on yourself as well. Now, let's show the tarot cards. Let's spread it out for us to see the details of your next 6 months. Ooh, these are wonderful, wonderful cards, you guys. But before tayo makapunta sa magandang bagay, or right, before we go up, sometimes we need to go down. And that is the energy that you guys have here. So the first card that we have here the Three of Pentacles. So the first thing that's happening for you guys for the next 6 months is that there is sort of like a realization or a wake up call that there is going to be no one who will support you but yourself. There's going to be no one who will have your back but yourself. Now, this may hurt, all right, but I think this is the reflection that you're going to have for the next 6 months. That's maybe the reason why you will try and see whether you need to go to the ocean alone, like go to the beach alone. But this can also talk about, like, for the next 6 months, you removing yourself from a certain project. So, if you have a certain partnership or if there's a project that you're making for the past few months, maybe you're trying to distance yourself or try to see where you can improve your role. Because it does seem like a lot of people that you work with or the people that you work with generally are not in line with your vision or you're compromising too much dun sa vision nila compared to what you're really seeing for yourself. So there's that kind of thing that may happen for you for the next 6 months. Now, followed by that, we have here the Eight of Cups. Now, the Eight of Cups is one of our moving on or moving forward cards. But this card may be a little bit sad, but it's definitely a move that you need to do because as you can see here, we have the Eight Cups, and this person, I don't know if it's clear here, but in this card, right, we have here a brown sand and then we have here grass. It's literally you moving to where the grass is greener for the next 6 months. Maybe this can talk about like literal movement. Maybe you're moving like somewhere near water bodies. So maybe like near an ocean or near a sea or near a beach or maybe near a fall or like a river. So maybe that's a movement that you're doing for the next 6 months. But another one that I'm feeling too is like an emotional moving on. Maybe you're moving away from this partnership. that you have, or like moving away from these people, only because you realize that you cannot achieve your emotional attainment, or emotional satisfaction, without moving on to where you are right now. You have to remember sometimes that you need to grow in the right environment. Like fishes will not grow in sand, right? Or flowers, certain flowers will not grow here in the Philippines, but they will grow in other countries. So there's definitely that realization. And again, you may need to forgive yourself because with the Knight of Cups here, it does seem like medyo magsisisi ka, or parang medyo manghihinayang ka with all the movements that you've done. But you have to focus on your peace of mind. Look at this Knight. Really focus on this cup. And the cups represents our emotions and our connections to other people. And you have a lot. You have three cups here. So that's definitely the focus for you for the next 6 months, like really understanding your emotions and really focusing on the relationships that you have. Now, another one that I'm feeling is there is, again, a movement here, but there may be an important person, a man, right? Around middle ages that can also play a part in this awakening, let's just say, let's use that word, with regards to like this new you. Or if not that, this is the final shape shift that you're doing. You are becoming this person. I'm not saying that you're going to be a man, all right? But what I'm saying is you're going to be a little bit more aggressive. Kumbaga, you are really aiming for what you want with regards to these things. So you're really starting to embrace who you are, or because of the reflection that you did, or the forgiveness that you need to have for yourself, you are really moving forward to the type of person that you would want to be. A person who's really focused on their peace of mind, the person who's really focused on the emotion that they want to attain, not the material things, right? But the emotions that you want to attain. I have a feeling too that manifestations will come to you faster if you forgive yourself. If you remove the pride, if you remove the ego. Because sometimes yun yung nagiging blockage ng manifestations natin eh, it's ourselves. And the fourth card that we have the Ten of Cups. Now, the Ten of Cups talks about emotional fulfillment, right? Emotional attainment. This is the happy family card, as you can see here. But this doesn't mean naman na for the next 6 months you're gonna have a family. Ha? If you do have a family, this can represent for the next 6 months that your family may be a little bit more harmonious, or like certain problems around the family may be solved. But another one that I'm feeling here is it's a time for you to receive a certain blessing, for you to feel emotionally achieving something. So there's definitely a blessing coming for you for the next 6 months. Okay. And I have a feeling this has to do with creating something of your own, creating something for yourself. But before you do that, again, kailangan mo munang forgive yung sarili mo and move away from the environment here that is definitely stopping you from what you want to achieve. Now, the last card for you guys, we have the Star card. And this is such a beautiful, beautiful last card to have because this is the card of hope. And this also reminds us that we need to always focus on our true north. Noong unang panahon, when we didn't have compasses, GPS maps, it's the stars that we follow to be able to travel where we need to go, or to be on the place that we have to be. And that is the reminder for us for the star card. It does seem like you have to feel lost first and reflect on your journey bago mo makita, or bago mo ma-realize that medyo nawawala ka na sa kung ano yung dapat mong puntahan. But fret not, alright? Worry not, because it seems like you will definitely find your way for the next 6 months. Again, a lot of focus on water. Alright? Another one that I'm feeling as well is there's definitely a lot of physical blessings too. We have here, as you can see here, the water barrier, pouring water on land and then pouring water here in the water, because water represents our emotions and then the land represents material things, money, business, finances. So there's definitely a lot of you to pour over in this matter or in this area of your life. So maybe this also talks about forgiving yourself on certain financial, like investments that you did that are definitely you're seeing that it's failing or it's not really working in your favor. So before let you guys go, I'm just gonna shuffle the deck, and ooh, this is the last advice card for you. Okay, kung ano man yun, we have a jumper for you. So, let's see what card this is. Oh, we have the King of Pentacles. All right. So this is definitely a very strong advice card. Okay. I have a feeling that you guys are like business owners or bosses or managers, or if not, again, you may be like a wife that wants to like open up a business, or like a young kid who wants to make something of their own. And the King of Pentacles is the advice for you, indicating that you have the resources to do it. It's just that again, you're in the wrong environment,
and you're losing your path. So you have to find this first. You have to reflect, and also you're not being honest with yourself kasi. Once you find that authenticity, once you find who you really are, things will be a little bit more stable, and you can see here all the resources that you have will further bloom. Okay, so there's definitely physical blessings here, but kailangan mo munang gawin to before you receive those physical blessings. And definitely the next 6 months for you will be full of blessings and the fruits of your labor. So that's it for you guys for group 3. I hope to see you guys later, and I hope this messages helps you as well and guides you for the next 6 months. Bye. Hello, group 4. So if you chose the Azurite Malachite, the powerful manifestation stone, this is going to be your message on what's in store for you for the next 6 months. So I'll first show you guys our oracle cards. And if you're not familiar with oracle cards, they show us the overall theme, or like the overall message of our reading. And then I'm going to get the pre shuffled cards for you guys to see the details of your reading. But okay, this is powerful. This is powerful. Right off the bat, nung nilabas ko pa lang to, there's a lot of messages already coming in. First of all, I have a feeling that you guys are really great manifestors, but there's something blocking you. There's something blocking you. I have a feeling too that there's very strong earth sign energies. So maybe you guys are Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You don't have to be, okay, but there's a possibility of you guys being activated in that particular areas of your life sa birth chart ninyo. Another one that I'm feeling too is there's something about letter X. I don't know if this is Twitter or um I don't know if it's like X spots the mark. Like, you know how sometimes you do like adventures or like treasure hunting tapos merong letter X na kailangan mong hanapin. That's something as well. And I have this feeling too of someone, this is very specific, but to some of you guys, you may be the type of people na hindi masyadong active, but then you're starting to be active. Right? But let's go first with the oracle cards here. First, we have the recovery card. Right? And I have a feeling that this is both physical and spiritual recovery or emotional recovery. So right off the bat, the first 6 months for you is a healing period, which I really love. This shows that there may be physical recovery. So to some of you guys who have been suffering from sicknesses or ailments, it does seem like there is a very good recovery time period for you. Okay. I don't know whether this is going to answer your problem in your physical health. Take this with a grain of salt, but I have a feeling water is going to be important for you. Maybe you guys suffer from dehydration, or maybe there's like an ailment that you suffered from, wherein weren't able to like drink a lot of water. So does seem like that's a lot of focus for the next 6 months. I know, very weird, pero I'm really hearing it. Now, another one that I'm feeling too is maybe going back to water. So like ocean, beach, falls is really going to recover you as well, but not physically. I have a feeling na yung part na yun is like emotional or spiritual recovery that you need to do. Now, for our themes here, all right, for the next 6 months, what do we need to know? The first card that we have here, we have the Eternal Child. And this is such a beautiful card. For the next 6 months, mukhang babalik ka sa optimism mo. Mukhang babalik ka sa pagiging bata mo. I know, again, that's weird. I have a feeling that you guys will be a little bit confused with these energies, but I have a feeling that for the longest time, you were in a survival mode. And your guides, your higher self, God, whoever it is that you believe in, wants you to remove yourself in that situation already. And one of the ways that you do it is to remind yourself that you are an eternal child. No matter what age you are, your curiosity, your fondness over stuff, dapat hindi mo malayan. There's always a curiosity that you have to embrace within you. I also have a feeling that for you guys for the next 6 months, there's a lot of creative energies that will come. So maybe for the longest time you weren't able to make art if you're an artist, maybe because of you're recovering from something. But if not, this also shows that you have to embrace that as well. And it doesn't have to be painting or drawing lang. Sometimes this can be singing. Like singing again in the shower. It's something that you need to do, or you need to just enjoy your day or enjoy your life. Or maybe you just need to sing while you're working. Or maybe you need to go back to writing, to journaling, for example. So really embrace the creativity that you have, or like playing games, right? Or content creation, anything that makes you feel like you need to boost up your creativity. Now, our second theme here for the next 6 months is we have the Forest card. And the Forest card is a double edged sword card. I'm not gonna lie. This can talk about finding the beauty in sometimes dark and scary and eerie things around you. If you have been in a forest, alright, or even nakapag-hike na kayo, tapos inabot kayo ng gabi, you remember, if you guys remember that feeling na pupunta kayo sa isang lugar, tapos kapag umaga, super ganda. You see all of these beautiful flowers, beautiful trees, beautiful plants, beautiful topography. The earth overall is really beautiful and then the sky is blue. But then pagdating sa gabi, you don't necessarily see what you need to see because it's at night and madilim. And there's so many other creatures that you're hearing and you don't know where to go. And I think for the next 6 months, that's going to be a combination for you that it may start, let's just say, a little bit dark, or maybe the middle of your journey for the next 6 months, wherein you have to remind yourself that this is just a phase. It's never gonna be night forever. Even like the countries that have 6 months night, meron din silang 6 months of mornings. So this doesn't necessarily mean that you are doomed in that darkness forever. And in that darkness, sometimes you have to remind yourself that there's something beautiful. Okay. And for the next 6 months, you have to remind yourself of that. So now that we have talked about the overall theme, let's talk about the details, the tarot details, and the energetic details of your 6 months ahead. So let me just spread the cards and show it to you. Ooh, nagpasilip na yung isa, and that's already exciting. Wait lang. Okay, you guys, this makes sense. This totally makes sense. As I mentioned, and this is very, okay, as I mentioned, sorry, I'm super excited. Hindi ko lang kung saan ako magsimula. But as I mentioned, sometimes you have to see the darkness first before you see the light. And another one that I'm feeling here is that this is going to be a very important 6 months for you. We have four major arcana cards indicating that this is major. All right, this is not like everyday matters only. This is like a matter that will span for the whole month. Okay, and the first card that we have here is not beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. We have here the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is what we call the heartbreak card. And as you can see here, we have the swords slipping through this heart, and there's also storm in the background. And it shows that the start of your 6 months may be a little bit of a heartbreaking time, or maybe before you start this 6 months, you have suffered from heartbreak. Okay, and sometimes when we suffered from heartbreak, nakakalimutan natin all the other good things in our lives, or like the other blessings that we have or surrounding us, or the other people that we have in our lives. And you have to start your journey for the next 6 months reminding you of that. And here's the thing as well, sometimes before you become better, you have to suffer. And I know you don't have to be, right? If okay lang sana na walang ugliness in this world, but there is. Because there's always duality in all things. But I digress, going back to your message, sometimes you have to hurt to really find pleasure or to really understand what pleasure is. And maybe you have suffered from heartbreak of a romantic relationship or heartbreak of an opportunity that you didn't get. But I think also give yourself the grace to really embrace the hurt because we have here the Hermit card. I think the start of your 6 months journey is an isolation period, but it doesn't have to be sad, ha? Again, we have the eternal child here. I think the reason why you're being pushed through in this isolation period with the Hermit card is because you have to rediscover yourself. You have to rediscover what you enjoy. Papakita ko lang pareho these two cards. Okay? So the Hermit card is one of our major arcana cards. And as you can see here, we have an old man with this light in the middle of the winter. So think of it na parang you are in the middle of this cave out of nowhere and you're just seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And this talks about an isolation period that you need because you need to really dig deep through within yourself and really see where are the answers because sometimes the answer is within you. And to be able for you to find these answers, you have to be curious. You have to be playful. Hindi to like isolation wherein your guides want you to really not do anything and just really rot in bed. No. What we mean by isolation here is enjoy things on your own. Paint that painting kahit wala kang kasama. Bake that muffin or that cake kahit walang kakain at ikaw lang. Sing a song even though there's no audience. Kahit ikaw lang mag-isa sa shower. Dance in front of the mirror even though no one is seeing you. And in that enjoyment, you're gonna find really yourself. And you're gonna see at the end of the day that there's recovery in that. right? Now, our following card is we have the Chariot. And the Chariot in reverse, okay, is totally the different thing related to upright. I explain ko lang. The Chariot card is like the go signal for us. So think of it na if this is the stoplight sa daan, this is like the green light. So you're being told to, okay, marangkada ka na, you have to move, but we have this in reverse for you guys. Indicating that for you, for everyone who chose number 4, you have to stop first before you continue on your journey. Think of it na para siyang, let's just say, how do I say this? Para siyang yellow dun sa stoplight as well. Wherein you have to be ready to stop, or you have to be ready to go, or you have to rethink your plans. But definitely, this talks about really seeing again, like the things that you wanted to do for the longest time. It doesn't mean that you won't be able to do them again, but really rethink whether that's something that you still want to do, or our fourth card related to that, manifest something new. Okay, I love that you guys have this. We have the Magician. Again, babalik ako, when things are dark, there are beautiful things lying underneath, and that is what you need to remember. This is a very great time for you to manifest what you want. Lalo na naranasan mo na to. Naranasan mo na yung negativity, naranasan mo na yung heartbreak, right? But you have first to be this eternal child to be able to manifest this. The thing about the Magician card is that it reminds you that you already have all of the resources. You have the pentacles, you have the cups, you have the swords, you have the wands. All you have to do is act. All you have to do is show us saan mo ba gustong pumunta. Anong gusto mong gawin? What direction you want to go? And you have to remind yourself that. Okay? And the thing here is you are definitely manifesting something big for the next 6 months. But again, kailangan mo munang maranasan to for you to really embrace the manifestation that you will be having. Now, another thing that I'm feeling with the Magician card here is you're really embracing your manifestor self. Nakakatawa lang because you have Azurite Malachite, which is definitely a powerful manifestation crystal. So maybe you need to buy this. Okay, hindi ako nagbebenta ng crystal, di ko kayo binibentahan. But you have the manifestor card as well. And that's not a coincidence, all right? It shows that this is really the 6 months for you is really the time for you to manifest the life that you want. And this comes in different areas in love, career, money, well being, spirituality, all of the great things. You have to manifest your life. And another one, too, that you have to remind yourself with the Magician card is that you just have to point your fingers. You already have everything that you want. You just really have to point the direction on what kind of thing you want to manifest. Now, our last card here is we have the Fool card. And I think this is the action that you need to do after manifesting things. Kasi here's the thing, it doesn't just end in manifestation, you guys. Okay? Hindi naman ibig sabihin na kapag sinulat mo na yung manifestation mo or kapag ininom mo na yung moon water mo, na mangyayari na lang siya out of nowhere. No. You have to do a certain action to make it happen. Hindi mahuhulog yung prutas mula sa puno. Well, of course, kapag sira na siya, but we definitely don't want that. But it's definitely something that you have to remember, that you have to do action. The Fool card is the first card in the tarot deck. And it represents a start of a new journey, a gamble, a leap of faith. As you can see here, patalon siya on the cliff. And this also shows innocence of something. So this is something that you have never experienced. All right. There's something new for the next 6 months that you need to do. The thing that you're manifesting, nothing is impossible. You may not have experienced it, but it will be possible if you manifest it properly and if you put action into it. The Fool card also represents that you have to take a leap of faith. So if you're afraid to do something, fear doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to fail. Fear is just a confirmation for you that you are scared of something, but it also means that you're going the right way. Listen to your gut, listen to your intuition. Like, I'm just gonna give an example to you guys. I was so afraid on starting this YouTube channel. I was afraid that people are gonna see it and they're gonna judge me. I mean, I'm already doing TikTok, tapos mag-YouTube pa ako. Like, feeling content creator yarn, ganon. But again, what's gonna happen if I don't necessarily do something about it? Wala, lilipas lang yung araw, lilipas yung taon, and I don't want fear to paralyze me. I still want to try it. Alam kong hindi aabot ng thousands and thousands of views, but I still want to try it. It's not gonna happen if I don't gamble, if I don't take that leap of faith, and you have to do that as well. And for you to do that, you have to be that eternal child. Be curious. Do things. Have that innocence of, think of it na nung bata ka, you want to try a lot of things without judgment. Gusto mo pa nga paminsan kumain ng lupa kahit alam mong mali, or just for the experience of it. And that's something that you need to remember for yourself, and definitely all of this will help you recover. It will help you recover on what you have experienced for the past few months, and it will help you recover physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So before I let you guys go, I'm just gonna get one more card for you guys, which will probably serve as an advice card for you for the next 6 months. Something that you need to do or something that you need to know before you embark on this 6 month journey. Okay, so there we go. We have a jumper card, and I'll get we have the Queen of Pentacles. Definitely manifestation themed talaga. So the Queen of Pentacles is a mature woman energy. You don't have to be a woman, all right? Sometimes this can mean that you're a man with very activated feminine energy. So maybe you enjoy feminine activities, for example, or you love dressing feminine, or you love like feminine related stuff. So, paminsan kasi, di ba, may mga ganong bagay. But, it doesn't mean that you have to be a woman, but this is the earth sign energy. And what I really love about this is this talks about stability, groundedness, and also abundance. I have a feeling that you're manifesting something abundant in your life, but you have to find that stability first within yourself. You have to be content with yourself. You have to find your resources that you have right now and make something out of it. All right. Anyway, that's it for you guys for the next 6 months. I hope this message helps you. I hope whatever you saw, you heard from this reading will guide you through this wonderful 6 month journey that it seems like you're going to have. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.